Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Turtlecast, our weekly podcast to answer all things follow, check the news, and everything related. Welcome in the chat, whoever is first. I see a couple of names: Michael Yos, Spiteful Angel, Anyway, Devil Blade, Alufool, Angry Scotsman, RHPS, Johnny, Steve, Martin, Rascal. Welcome. Nice to see you all in here. Kimo Shabi joining. Welcome. And yes, we are closer and closer to the Ghoul update. It is coming. It is coming. How many days? 11? 11 days. Yeah. Or 10. Depend how you count. Less than 11 at this point. A little bit less. So update is coming. 18th of March. Tuesday, it's the update time. Usually starts around 3 p.m. for me UK time. The updates, I'm expecting the same this time around. Seems to be like always the same time for updates to start. The duration, I don't know. That varies. How long the update takes, that entirely depends how well it goes. But usually between 3 and 5 hours. That's the standard time. Welcome everyone else who's joining us. Hello, InfoChant. So now let's check out if there are any latest news. So season rewards, I already covered that in a separate video. Is there any other article? There is a little bit about the Ghoul. We can read that too, to be honest. We can read that too. There is new article guide to playing a Ghoul. So we'll check that out in a second. And I did post a video. Yes, today. I did posted a video today earlier with comparison how the weapons would perform, the single shot ones, which are receiving the biggest buff ever in history on Fallout 76. Single shot weapons are getting better. Not all of them getting direct buff to the base damage, that's not the point, but all of them are getting better synergy with other stuff. So it's not only like pistols that are getting direct damage increase to the base values, but as well all the synergies, all the new mechanic with Furious that you basically get onslaught stacks that you can get 30 of them with single shot weapons. Automatics are capped at 20, so that's a difference. Rask already has ready. Rask already is ready with perfect Western Revolver. Nice to hear that. Yeah. Cowboy build, absolutely possible with the next update, and it will be good. Some people were asking, what about boss fights? Automatic weapons, fully auto heavy guns will still do better, but the gap is much smaller than it used to be. It's not like you will no longer feel like you are doing nothing if you choose to use, let's say, sniper build or revolver build or pistol build. You will be doing damage. Not as high as Gatling Plasma. Nothing will dethrone Gatling Plasma for now. There is no candidate to take its spot. But you will not be useless. You will be doing damage. So that's a good news. And hello everyone else joining. What I wanted to say. I wanted to say something, I forgot what. Oh, yeah. I did a podcast, that's what I wanted to say. I shared that already on YouTube and on X with Lone Vault Wanderer. If you want to check it out, we're talking about Fallout, a little bit about me. So that's there. The podcast is there. The Lone Vault Wanderer started a series of podcasts related to gaming and a lot about Fallout and Fallout 76. There is couple more interesting podcasts on his channel. No, he already did one with Juicehead and with a couple more people. So there's a bunch of podcasts already recorded. And latest one is with me. So I was happy to be there. And okay, let's cover this article from Bethesda first before I head for some questions and more stuff. Let's head to follow.com and article. Let's switch that to this one. There we go. the Fallout 76 Guide to Playing a Ghoul. Fallout 76 next major update, Ghoul Within, arrives March 18th. To prepare yourself for this unprecedented opportunity to play as a ghoul in Fallout 76, we have our official guide to ghouling. Before we get into it, check out this introduction to ghouls that Tonic put together for us. So they collaborated with Tonix and made the guide. And to answer the question of someone asking why they don't collaborate with me, let's be honest. Tonic has way better radio voice, so I would pick him too. So I would be honest with you, I'm not even trying to compete in this category. It's a very good collab of Bethesda that they have Tonic to record some guides for them. His voice is really good, and that matters. And what's a ghoul? A ghoul is a person who has been exposed to an inordinate amount of radiation. So much radiation that they have mutated. Sounds painful, doesn't it? Many of the ghouls we know and love experienced this mutation during the Great War. Examples: Mordecai, McCoy, and Prime Video's Fallout character, the Ghoul. Okay. The Ghoul experienced ghoulification. Also, that's good to know. I was thinking they will list some ghouls that we already have in Fallout 76 appearing, but they like the ghoul. Yeah, okay. On the other hand, you were a vault dweller and wouldn't know anything about that. Once Fallout 76 newest updates goes live, you will find out all about what it's like being a ghoul. The life of a ghoul is not an easy road, but it might just be perfect for a hardened survivor like you. I like this graphic. Quite cool. It's related to the quest line, so maybe okay. I think they were going with the quest line, and then they're gonna comment about the quest line. Too early. So many people didn't play it. I hold back any quest line related comments. The process of becoming a ghoul. To become a ghoul, you will need to complete the Leap of Faith quest, which will take you to White Spring in the forest. You will have to be level 50 or above for this quest to unlock. What's so cool about being a ghoul? There are lots of reasons to be a ghoul. Ghouls don't have to worry about radiation or eating and drinking. In fact, ghouls heal from radiation, which is very handy considering the state of Appalachia's rivers. Ghouls do have to keep an eye on Fallout 76's new feral meter. Since ghouls don't need to eat or drink, the feral meter replaces the hunger and thirst meter. Keep a close eye on it, because the lower the meter gets, the more feral you become. Going feral does make aiming more difficult and negatively affects your charisma, but your melee attacks will be more powerful. Whether you stay sane or go feral, the player ghoul opens up a whole new avenue for build creation and playstyle. Glow is handy for those who want to take more damage, indicated by a green strip pattern over your health bar. Glow increases as you take radiation damage. Don't worry, Glow offers more health and can be paired with some of the new ghoul perks. A few of the new perks even require Glow to activate. I'm not a big fan of using radiation damage in this contest, just radiation. Radiation is not damage, radiation healing for ghouls. So, Glow increases as you take more radiation healing. Or just more radiation. The damage is a little bit confusing. You are not taking any damage from radiation as a ghoul. Perks for ghouls. Speaking of perks, for building out your Wastelander, ghouls will also have 30 brand new ghoul dedicated perk cards when the update drops. Let's go over just a sampling of the cards activating with the update. What they didn't mention as well, a bunch of regular cards is changing too, so that's like 80 cards being updated. I did in the past, I think, month ago, I don't remember exactly, a full video about all new and updated cards. So that's a lot. So they, even if they wanted in this article, they wouldn't list everything. That would be crazy long. Bomb Scientist is a great ghoul perk and activates with Glow. This card increases the power of your grenades when you expand Glow. All you need is the right amount of glow and to throw a grenade, blasting your enemies away. The unfortunate fact about this perk, it consumes the glow not per grenade, but per enemy hit. So basically, grenade toss into the crowd consume entire glow bar. Want to be the scariest, baddest, most in the mix ghoul? Bone Shatterer is perfect for that. Pair it with going feral and you are going to be a force to be reckoned with. Speaking of feral, the Feral Presence perk reduces the target's damage after you attack for 5 seconds. Feral Presence, I don't think anyone gonna be using. It's a suppressor perk, kind of. A dev favorite. The Wild West Hands perk card gives you a chance to an instant reload of your weapons magazine when emptied. You will be the quickest shot in the whole wasteland. That's similar to already existing perk, just double the chance. For those who want to build a Vault Dweller Ghoul with more control and play on a team, there is moral support, which makes your feral meter decrease more slowly. I don't think a lot of people will need to use it. If there will be a person with too much charisma, then maybe. Get the look. With the Ghoul Within update, you can change your character's ghoulish appearance anytime from the character menu. Ghouls will have many new options to choose from, including complexions and tattoos, eye scars, and makeup. Adverse effects. Being a ghoul isn't all fun and games. Some characters won't interact with you, and entire factions will refuse to speak with you and even attack on sight. Other characters will comment on and react to your new look, changing your narrative experience. But they will never guess you are a ghoul if you are wearing a disguise. There's a certain NPC that will be able to help you with that. Other thing, what I was testing on public test server, unfortunately, regular NPCs like outside of Brotherhood base for Atlas does not care that you are a ghoul. They seem to not even notice. Maybe it will be added at some point, but at this moment, NPCs outside do not care. Only if you try to enter, it just doesn't let you to go through the loading screen. It will not let you enter for Atlas without disguise. But NPCs do not care. The ghoulification. If it turns out being a ghoul just isn't for you, there is a way to reverse the effects. You can always return to your human form from the character menu. While the quest to become a ghoul can't be repeated, there will be a ghoul retransformation option available in the character menu, which you can purchase with atoms. So they clarify here for everyone. First time they openly clarify that it is atom purchase. Still no pricing. I hope it will not be crazy expensive, please, Bethesda. Don't go on us hard here. No more than, 500 atoms? Would that be reasonable? No more than 500? I know they want money, but don't go hardcore on us players that want to change our mind in the future. So, retransformation option. So we are paying for becoming a ghoul for the second time. And by the wording and description and help pages, I'm guessing, because I cannot be 100% sure, that change into the human will be always free and available from character menu. Change into the ghoul for the second time, that's what we'll be buying. So if you want to get ghoul again, you will be buying that. You will be switching to human for free. March 18 is just the start of your ghoul experience. Remember to experiment with your perk cards, your new feral meter and the radiation counter. There are so many ways to be and play a ghoul. Enjoy. Get followed 76 today. Already have it, but thank you. Alright, back to you in the chat. What is everyone saying? Scroll a little bit up. Why is there so many laughing emojis? Did I miss something? So many laughing emojis. Okay, let me try to read it. And welcome everyone who's joining us. What are we talking about? Okay, we'll focus if there are any questions related to me. Yes, ghouls cannot use overeaters. That doesn't work. Instead, I recommend enemy specific. In regards to armor prefixes, Ghoul Slayers is quite a decent option for one simple reason. You are a ghoul. If you wear a Ghoul Slayer's armor and you are using explosive weapons, you will be taking less damage from your own explosions. Ghoul Slayers, because you are a ghoul, will work. Simultaneously, Assassins will work as well. So they both work in case of a ghoul. Assassins and Ghoul Slayer for self-inflicted damage to reduce it. I like as well a lot troubleshooters. So many hard-hitting enemies are robots. So troubleshooter is great. Outside of that, Vanguard's a good universal option for ghouls. What? Spiteful Enter? How you totally busted? What happened? Did I miss something? I think I missed something. Can you unlock the perk cards without doing the quest? I did not try. I don't know if you can pick up ghoul perks if you are a human. You should be able to, you just shouldn't be able to equip them, but I did not try that. Questions about deghoulification. Yeah, so that will be what we just read in the article. We'll be buying that in Atom Shop. Oh, Stantle, thank you a lot for buying a sub to Turtle Army. Appreciate that. Welcome. Thank you for the membership. Your guess is 1,000 atoms. I hope for 500. We'll see. I want 500. I don't want 1,000. I know it's tempting for them to do a nice big round number of money for deghoulification. I hope they will not do that, but we'll see. Power armor does not count as disguise, no. But you can wear power armor while wearing a disguise, and then it's working. Oh, the single shot changes does not really apply to shotguns. As shotguns fire pellets, so they work like multi-projectile weapons. Therefore, you will need to use regular onslaught on shotguns, as they got 8 stacks per shot. So if you use reversed one, you will lose 8 stacks per shot. So no, shotguns are not single shot weapons. They kind of shoot once, but they multi-projectile weapons. Different category. Yeah, I know that you are returning soldiers dead tall, but welcome nevertheless. You are returning, so you are kind of new. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's onward and upwards for Fallout and community. I'm not expecting that it will stop anytime soon. The second star, you already have full set of Union troubleshooters through hikers. I like two different options for second star. If you rely on VATS a lot, luck. If you don't plan to use VATS, endurance. So either one, endurance or luck. Is feral melee the meta for ghouls? The meta for ghouls is everything. There is no one particular meta. You can play melee as a feral ghoul, but keep in mind that you basically guns are almost useless for you if you play feral. This accuracy in VATS opens with 0%, There is 300% increase to spread from the guns, so it's really hard to use them effectively as you are feral. So basically almost exclusively melee, which is the best melee for a ghoul, but drawbacks are there. And minus 99 charisma can cause some issues too. Furious Lever action rifle, yeah, quite good after the update, absolutely. If you revert back to human, it's supposed to look exactly like it was looking before you change into the ghoul, unless there will be some kind of a bug, but that I cannot predict. You should completely reverse to what it was before. Heavy Gunner works with ghouls, yes. Ghoul can play any class, just cannot play Blooded. Ghouls cannot play Blooded. Everything else is in the cards. Wouldn't a lower price influence players to switch in and out? No. Like, $5 is not free. So 500 atoms translate into around $5. That's not free. In my opinion, that's high enough price. So you don't switch back and forth all the time. That there is a cost. $5. You either switch from Ghoul and back or you go for a Costa coffee. It's still a cost. It's not very high, but it is a cost. And from the other hand, you can say, oh, some people have so much money that it doesn't matter for them. Okay, in that case scenario, you can make it $100. It still doesn't matter for someone who has millions. So it doesn't stop them from doing that all the time and keep switching. It just prevents regular people from switching at all. So no, I don't think higher price is justified than $5. Slack magazine for shotguns would be cool, I agree, but we don't have it. Feral for auto axe mains, yes. More podcasts in the future. I don't know. Like, I mean, if someone invites me to the podcast and it's a good podcast, I go, yeah. But the same podcast again, that would not make sense. Like I did with Lone Vault Wanderer, and it will be there. I don't need to do another podcast about the same thing, unless it would be like later on, like a year from now, new things to talk about, then why not? Yes. I am converting my main character to a ghoul. There is a lot of people starting a new one for that, but yeah, I'm converting my main. That's my choice. Is bear arms valuable since arms keeper is for all weapons? It is for dedicated heavy gunners, as bear arms is 90%, arms keeper maxes out at 75%. So if all you have in your inventory are basically heavy guns, bear arms is better for you. Oh, Spiteful Angel, thank you a lot for $20. Appreciate that. And the message from Spiteful Angel is Angry Turtle, thank you, and may you have an amazing day and see you in Appalachia. Thank you very much, Spiteful Angel, and you too have an amazing day. Atoms are free from simply playing. A little bit, yes, but generally that's not true. You only have a little bit from simply playing. They're not doing anything about the raid that I noticed, no. Most people do go Ghoul, at least to try it. I know that there is some small minority that does not want to even touch the Ghoul, and they have the right to choose to do so. And now we'll be heading for your questions in the Discord. So there's probably some questions. Let's open Discord, ask the turtle section. Oh, and tomorrow I'll be streaming early again. My apologies for any inconvenience. This time it's not because of my little one. This time I'm socializing and partying tomorrow, so don't do it very often, but yeah, tomorrow it's for me. I'll be honest. No particular noble cause, just a selfish cause. So tomorrow will be early, as afternoon I'm busy. Okay. There we go. Is that the first, or... Oh, I already answered this last time, so that's the first. Yeah. Hello, Turtle. I was wondering if in the new update the onslaught effect triggers per pellet on a shotgun, or is it per shot? Oh, I already answered that, kind of talking about the chat. It's per pellet. So 8 stacks per single shot. Next. Dear Mr. Turtle, just in case you did not notice, I make several tests on PTS and live game, and 2-shot works on explosive weapons great again. Doubles the damage. I'm running right now with a Hellstorm missile launcher and it performed really great. Greetings. It is like that already on the live game version too. It was reverted back to this state in last update. So explosive weapons are already good on both public test server and the live game version. The typical explosive, we are talking grenade launchers and so on. So I know about it. Yeah, they all great. Hello, Turtle. The question about the new Bloody Vats perk for the Ghoul. It says no crits in description. I'm assuming that crits won't get the damage buff and not crits being disabled. Bloody Vats perk for the Ghoul. I don't know which perk is that. Game for Bloody Vats, did they change it? I thought it was glowing criticals that does. It was about glowing criticals. I don't know if they changed the card. That must have been recently. I wasn't looking at it. As when I tested this card, glowing criticals, last time, it was relatively weak. Therefore, consumption of glow was not justified, and I didn't use it after that. So I don't know if they silently changed how it works. I wasn't looking at that recently. And there was nothing in patch notes. Hello, AT. Completed 197 Fastnacht events and got a total of 4 rare masks, 2 of which were glowing. No new ones. Oh, wow. Sorry to hear that. The rewards mechanics need serious overhaul. Bethesda math 1 in 20 is actually 1 in 50. Have you heard anything about Bethesda overhauling this reward system? No. They already kind of did in the past, as rare mask used to be very rare and dropping like once per 10,000 fastnachts or something like that. That was early on numbers, even more ridiculous than they are today. So I don't know if they're gonna overhaul it again or not. I did get one new glowing mask myself. Was super lucky with that. The Veggie Man glowing. And that's it. I didn't get any other. Dear Angry Turtle, will the upcoming Ghoul update be when we can scrap legendary mod boxes for modules and the chance to learn the mod? Yes, that's supposed to be. Hello, Turtle. Will the new Furious work on the dot? I'm mainly asking for the Holy Fire, not the Cremator, or will it be better to stick with Aristocrats, Blooded, etc.? I did not notice it working on the dot. I was planning to retest it in the future, but I'm afraid it will not work on the dot, as dot is not consuming stacks, so most likely not affected. But I need to do some additional testing. Maybe when the game will go live with the update, so the final version, or if they do another patch on public test server, so I test the final version and see if that's supposed to work or not. It's most likely will not. Hello, Turtle. Can you share what's the go-to Ghoul armor for the new update? No power armor. Any type of scout. is best because that's the lowest radiation resistance, the easiest to use with the Ghoul. Although, if you need a jetpack, then still civil engineer and you just unmod it a little to reduce the radiation resistance to less. If you need a jetpack. If you don't need a jetpack, any type of scout. Hello Turtle. I have saved up some perk points for the Ghoul update. Are there any Ghoul legendary perks that we should upgrade first? There are two, currently not good. You don't need to pick them and upgrade. Unless they update them last second to make them good. This moment, not worth it. Next, hey Mr. T. How you doing? So got a question for you. Has the new caravan vendor been released yet in the PTS or are they giving up on that? It is present in the public test server. So hopefully it's coming. At least it was present. I didn't check the latest patch on the PTS, but it was there for at least a moment. Hello, Mr. Turtle. I plan to play a Gunslinger Ghoul next season. I have Alien Blaster and Crusader Pistol, but I don't know which mods are good, both regular and legendary mods. Would you help me, please? Yeah, so for the mods, Furious. That's the most important. For the second star, Vats hit chance or Vats crit damage, really good options. In case of, yeah, crit damage would be good. In case of Alien Blaster, the same. That's correct. And for the star number 3, less AP cost, faster VATS criticals, maybe faster reload, all good. Pinpointers remains to be 4 stars, so the most important part, Furious on those weapons. And Crusader Pistol you will use as reversed Furious. If you want to use Alien Blaster, probably as normal Furious. Or you can run it with reverse and just fire a little bit less. Don't fire too fast. Now, about mods for those weapons, standard. Cryo for Alien Blaster seems to be still the best. Crusader, which one was the best? I forgot which one was the best, but you can. I think they're quite similar. The fire one, the energy ones. I think they're quite similar in performance. Hi Turtle. I was wondering if you have ever tried using hunters or exterminators for power armor in the raid for the snake fight to reduce damage taken. Would this make it easier to run bloodied on the snake? I was trying, and I wasn't sure if it's working with hunters. After asking data miners, they said that boss does not have a keyword, making it just a boss and not any specific enemy. So unfortunately, most likely no prefix works, unless recently something changed. Next, I read somewhere that Bethesda is working on improvements to the cam build menu. I hope they do. Do you have any more info on what that might look like or when you would expect that to go live? Thanks. So no, nothing is there tested on public test server. Nothing is the same. Therefore, if there are plans, that's some further in the future. The most important part would be a search box that you could start typing item name, and that would help for sure. It's hard. Finding stuff in the menu is hard. And back to you in the chat. Oh, Cookie Crisp, thank you a lot for $5. And Cookie Crisp is saying, dusting off an old character so that I can use it for Ghoul. Good for you, Cookie Crisp. It will be a good Ghoul. Very dusty Ghoul. And Chesses for you with 5 memberships. Appreciate that, Chesses. Those goes to Perf, Glitterfart, Seraphim Ready Place, Dragon Riddle, and Aaronish Buddha. Welcome, and may the shell be with you. Welcome to Turtles Army. Huge thanks to Chesses for you. It's gonna be cool to be old school human in ghoulified wasteland. Yeah, that's for sure. I think humans will be way less popular than ghouls, so humans will be rare. Rare occurrence in Appalachia. Pattern daily gamers don't like changes. Yes, some people don't like changes, period. And that is okay. Not everyone likes changes. Some people do not. I like some changes to some extent. I don't like if everything is tossed upside down, but in case of Ghoul update, those are fair changes. I like it. This is saying I might turn into Ghoul just to get the possible prefix, but I will turn right back to my blooded build. You have a right to do so, yes. Zohound, thank you a lot for 10 bucks. Appreciate that, Zohound. And the message is we need more character slots. I agree with you here. Yes, we do. I don't know why, but we are not getting any yet. Is there some kind of a hard cap in engine to 5? Did they accidentally coded it in the way that it's so hard to change? I do not know. But they really don't want to push it above 5 for whatever the reason is. They don't want to do it. They increased everything else, like camp slots, they increased. Loadout slots for characters, they did increase. They even increased in the past a stash space in our stash boxes, but never ever touch the cap of 5 characters as a limit. That was always 5. Never changed at all. Fracture is built with Tesla rifle build. It's good. Maybe it is good. Yeah, I didn't try that. I don't use fractures and explosions as much, so I'm getting tired of those explosions in my face. You may notice that quite often I use non-explosive weapons, even if explosive weapons could do a better job. I'm just getting tired if I'm using too much. I like some explosions, so I do enjoy a good Fatman hunt on the Scourge Beast for a big kaboom kill. So that's cool, but I don't run it all the time. I'm curious how well Furious Fatman gonna do. I didn't try that with the latest update with reverse onslaught and single shot with Furious Fatman. That would be cool. What I did in the job before I become professional wastelander, I had couple of jobs. Okay, more than couple. Different jobs. I didn't stick to any, which is not good. I do not recommend. You should probably consider your career in sticking to one thing to do. Like I was medical rep in the past, and I was working in the car industry in production and so on. So that's just to mention too. And oh, I was working as well as a lifeguard on the beach. That was super cool. Doesn't pay very well. The medical rep was probably the best paying from the money perspective. Not the most fulfilling. To be honest, you are balancing on the dark side when you are working for medical corporations. But yeah, probably if you need a job, stick to one thing. And now I'm a YouTuber. So I do not recommend. I switch way too many times, too many things. What about radium rifles? Radium rifles are quite good, but not good enough to get a significant amount of radiation. They have no chance to compete with the gamma gun for the ghoul build. The same about assaultron heads. They give a little bit of radiation, not enough. Nothing is even close to the gamma gun. And yes, my education was in chemistry. And to be exact, my specialization was in industrial biotechnology. Another thing I didn't go enough after. It should have been, as I say, you should stick to one thing, like make your mind. That's my advice. Don't do what I did. No Secret Service for ghouls. I mean, you can use it, but you will benefit less from environmental radiation, as you will not be able to get radiation resist to 0. And that's big thing. Oh, I'm way too old. I'm old. Blooded builds will be using Furious too. as Furious on automatic weapons will cap out at 100% damage bonus prefix alone, and Blooded caps out at 95%, therefore Furious wins. Gatling Plasma Explosive does stack with Demolition Expert, doesn't display on the weapon card. There is several bugs with the weapon card, not everything displays correctly. I think I did a video about it when I was talking in regards to melee weapons displaying wrong values, but the same applies to guns, so not always what you see in the Pip-Boy is accurate. Which is unfortunate, but that's the truth. So Gatling Plasma does benefit from Demo Expert when it's explosive, does not reflect it in the card, unfortunately. But it works. It does increases your damage. Bloody instant, yes, that's true, but there is more. There is more to it than just Furious is 100% damage, but there is much more important component. One of Onslaught effects will increase the weak spot damage. And that's huge because that's a multiplier. It's multiplicative with all other bonuses. So that alone is required to run a Blooded build. So Blooded prefix is out if you care about maximizing DPS, and you probably do if you play Blooded build. The damage of Furious is way greater. Everything combined, all the Onslaught effects, you would need to, the Blooded to compete would need to give you at least 200% bonus at 20% health, and they will never buff it like that. That's the only way it could compete with Furious. It would need to pull out 200% damage. Can you kill Scourgebeast Queen with 50 cal Vampire? You can, but it will take a while. What does the text on my mag says? You should be able to see it whenever I pull it up. I've cut back to just 1 cup of coffee a day. That's what it says. For health reasons. Now I'm mad vault scientist. Yes, so science was always thing I was interested in. Science was always my thing. I just couldn't stick to one thing, and that's the problem. The fact that I like science was not a problem. The fact that I couldn't stick to one thing in the science. Will the quad railway rifle be worse than Furious Fixer? I did not compare that. It is possible. I'm not sure. They will be definitely close. Oh, the fire rate was removed. There is no more onslaught effect increasing fire rate. There is now damage to close enemies. So enemies 2 foundations away. Crit damage or explosive for DPS. Explosive wins on paper if you calculate it, but because of the server lag, some of the explosive damage will be dropped. Therefore, in practice, on adventure servers, crit damage wins. Frank Black, thank you a lot for $5. Appreciate that, Frank. And the message is thank you for answering. That said, how does explosive prefix plus damage not shown on Pip-Boy compared to other prefixes like rapid or vital, etc.? So again, crit damage is the best on actual adventure servers when lag is coming into play. It's a big factor. When lag is a big factor, then crit damage. After that, if lag is not a big factor, if you compare explosive with faster fire rate, at this moment, quite often faster fire rate will win, assuming you are shooting at the weak spot, because currently explosions cannot register with a bonus against the weak spot. They always register against the torso. Therefore, if enemy does not have a weak spot, explosive supposed to win, or if the weak spot is very low multiplier. But most case scenario, faster fire rate would win versus explosive. Explosive is still really good on regular enemies, and if you want to hit multiple enemies, obviously, but my choice is that's critical damage. That's always good. Not always the best, but quite often the best, and always good. How can you tell what the weak spot is? The damage numbers are the highest. If you shoot each spot on enemy, you will see which one is the highest numbers. Unfortunately, it's supposed to be by the yellow numbers, but it is not always accurate for all enemies. Quite often it's aligning, not always, unfortunately. So yellow numbers supposed to indicate weak spot, they not. Was my favorite Fallout game. Fallout 76, because I can play with other people. If not counting the multiplayer aspect, then my favorite, it's old, but I would say Fallout 2. I really like the story, although it was short. So the length of the game, if that does matter, Fallout 2, eventually you exhausted everything, but was my kind of favorite and my first. Maybe that's why I can be biased. At this moment, it's Fallout 76. Yellow number is not a crit. No, crit is not indicated by enemies at all. There's no indication when you are critting, when not. Okay, so I think I answered all those questions. So now we'll be heading for a member hangout. If you are a member, feel free to join us. We'll be doing daily challenges as usually on the live game version. If you are not a member, don't worry. You are not losing anything. We don't cover any secret stuff that you would miss. Everything that's important is available for everyone. Member Hangout is just my way to say thank you to everyone who's supporting the channel financially. The unfortunate truth is, I couldn't make YouTube a full-time job without it. The money is a sad part that you cannot go without in this world. So nothing can really replace it. You need it. So that's my way to say thank you for all the people that make it possible. And see you there, members, and everyone else. See you tomorrow, much earlier than usually. I will announce stream later, so we'll know when we're going live tomorrow. And that being said, have an amazing weekend. Hopefully you are going to socialize too. Have fun. Bye, everyone. Take care.